All right.
Prepare yourself.
Thoughts are things, and
They aren't immediately, but you think them long enough, get enough momentum going, thoughts will become things. Thoughts turn into things. You can catch the thought before it's a thing if you don't want it, and it won't turn into a thing. Or you can encourage the thought if you do want it, and it will turn into a thing. But thoughts aren't instantly things. That's what you do to them.
well,
You
but where
turn
do
the thoughts to
thoughts come from? I can see aligning myself with inspired thoughts on how to create something, but like my regular everyday negative thoughts of looking at something and seeing what's wrong, is that something that I'm aligning with?
Yeah.
Or is that something that I'm creating myself?
All of it is the same. All of it is the same. Your alignment with it is your creating of it.
Yeah.
Want to talk further about that?
I'm just trying to figure out why I slide back into the sloppy thinking and wondering.
We can tell you exactly
you
why.
answered that in the monologue at
Yes.
the beginning, and it's about, and I realize what I need to do, but I'm trying to find out why
Give
I
yourself a
don't.
break with these words. Law of attraction is responding. And so when it feels like my thoughts are thinking me, now when the thoughts of what you want feel like they're thinking you, that's when those impulses keep coming and you're firing on all cylinders, and everywhere you turn a new idea comes, and you like it when it feels like those thoughts are thinking you. And of course they're not. Your thoughts aren't thinking you, you're just rendezvousing with them. But when it feels like unwanted thoughts are thinking you, or they're dragging you into places that you don't want to be, just stop and acknowledge that you're rendezvousing with those thoughts because there's something active in your vibration that's making it so. And then just stop and laugh about it, because how do you even know that? You're feeling emotion, and that's a good thing, which means your guidance is working. And so if in the midst of that you will stop and say, oh, this negative emotion means my inner being is thinking a thought about this that is different than the thought I'm thinking about it. I wonder what Jerry thinks about this. Really, if someone is able to get a clear impression of what Jerry is thinking about this, don't you think that you could hear clearly what your inner being is thinking about that? And that knowledge, that understanding, that belief will put you in a better and better position to know what your inner being is thinking about that. And when you turn your thoughts more in that direction, the tension will dissipate and the negative emotion will too.
So if I just release the resistance and be open to whatever.
But here's the thing, you got to catch it in the early subtle stages, because once momentum gets going, it's harder and harder and harder to do. So that's why we like to encourage that you get out ahead of it by, when you go to bed at night, say momentum's going to stop, and when I wake up I'm going to start the momentum more toward the things that I do want. Here's the reason that all of this is happening. We can give you a very simple reason of why law of attraction is responding to you in the way that it is. Your question is not why is law of attraction responding. Your question is, why do I slip back? Why am I not doing a better job of controlling my thoughts? And here's exactly why. And don't be hard on yourself about it. The manifested reality is more compelling. It just is. There's more to see and hear and smell and taste and touch about it. People are talking about it. It's getting your attention. It feels more real, so it feels more deserving of your objective observation of it. But that's why we keep doing the sales job that we do whenever you're willing to get together and listen to us. That's our whole point. We want this vibrational reality to begin to feel as real or more real to you than what's already manifested. And that's why we say what's manifested is old news. It really is. So even though it's entertaining, it's really not that helpful if you want to experience something that is new. It takes an understanding of how these laws work and how the universe fits together. And so, do you believe that you have an inner being?
Yes.
And do you believe that you have, we're not even going to use the word belief. Does it seem logical to you that there is a vibrational reality that is preceding the manifested reality? Does the concept of thoughts turning to things intrigue you?
Absolutely.
You never see any pipelines from other planets trucking stuff in or piping things in, and yet look at the evolution of your planet. And so it's obvious that thoughts are turning to things, isn't it? Ideas are becoming reality. So how does it happen? It happens just in the way we've been describing it: exploring contrast, launching rockets, aligning with the new rocket, improving your point of attraction, getting into the receptive mode, ideas flowing, and thoughts turning to things. And so now that you understand that, you'll just be a little more aware of what you're feeling, a little more aware of what you're thinking. And if you really want to be a deliberate creator, you'll think more thoughts on purpose. The thing that we want to emphasize with all of you is that what you want is already accomplished, and that your singular task is to chill out and let it in. And that's the part that's hardest for you, because you've been trained that gain comes from pain, and if you don't struggle, then you don't get it. That's the strongest thing that's in your vibration, that's making you try to be objective about things.